From St. Helena, California, in the number 24 car, it's Rico Abreu. We're here at the 3C Cattle Company Event Center and joined by open-wheel race car driver Rico Abreu. And Rico, you guys are working and racing in the Midwest the last few weeks. Before we get to that, talk about your background for some of the listeners that may not know and be familiar with you.
Yeah, so 31 years old. I started racing in 2011, so this is going on to my 13th season full-time in sprint cars. We're just here this week out at the Creason Ranch taking care of our car. We raced at Lakeside and had a good run going and got a flat tire right there at the end of the race. So, it's just something I've really enjoyed doing over the years is racing with good people and just being able to put it all together and win races is what it's been all about to me.
I know you've raced a lot of open-wheel stuff. You've raced some K&N series on asphalt as well as truck series. Is open-wheel sprint cars your main goal? Is that what you've been wanting to drive full-time?
Yeah, absolutely. Sprint cars is my passion. I've got the opportunity to drive all sorts of different race cars, from goat karts to the K&N cars to the NASCAR truck series to sprint cars to midgets. I'm going to run a Silver Crown car this year at Eldora, so I'm pretty excited about that. Just getting to run different cars and being diverse as a driver has really excelled my learning curve when it comes to racing and adapting to different cars, different racetracks. And this year I've been to 6 new racetracks in my first 8 races, so it's been pretty cool and eye-opening for me to see new fans and get to build relationships with people is the biggest thing for me, and just getting to be out here doing something I love.
Well, while you're racing here at the Midwest, staying at the 3C Cattle Company ranch here near the county line, very nice facility, and I'm sure it's a nice place to show up and work on the race car every day.
Oh yeah, it's been a pleasure to be here all week. Todd has we've been fortunate enough to Ricky has a long-term relationship with Todd Creason and Jordan and Robin, and this place is amazing, and I'd love to come here and see one of the sales and just being a part of it the last 2 weeks of the process of getting to do some cool cowboy stuff out here with riding horses and just things I've never experienced in my life, coming out with Ryan and stuff and going out and tagging calves and seeing the birth of a calf and and then seeing the process of it to come through and then get sold to a family that or another rancher that can keep the breeding and the genetics going of top quality bulls.
The last month or so, you've gotten your wing sprint car season fired up, and you're number 2 with one of the best in the business, Ricky Warner. What has he brought to your team?
Just a lot of knowledge and just experience, really, and being able to adapt to certain circumstances as we've grown. We have a year under our belt from last year, and this year I feel like we fired off better than ever, just having raw speed with the tire change and Ricky's ability to adapt quickly to certain circumstances, and he's just brought a lot of knowledge to my team. He works really well with the other guys that work on my car, and it's been a lot of fun racing with him.
And as you mentioned, a lot of speed out of the gate. You win your first race of the year with the World of Outlaws in Pennsylvania. You come up here and set a quick time at US 36. You win out at Kansas, and then in a position to win before that flat tire at Lakeside. So a lot of speed early.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've just been fast and we've been having fun racing. So it goes in spurts. I feel in sprint car racing. Once you get onto something, it might all change next weekend. But right now, I feel like when we unload, we're one of the fastest car in the pits, and we just have to put the whole night together. And I feel we've been really close at doing that each night and have been up front. We're qualifying good, which is 90% of our night for track position-wise. And just starting up front and racing with the guys that are consistently up front every weekend is really allowing us to get better and just being able to, to just advance a position or two throughout a race and put yourself in contention to win right at the end.
Well, and you'll head to the eastern part of Missouri for Peevely the next couple nights. I know you've had a lot of speed there in the past. It's going to be a tough field, though.
Yeah, any World of Outlaw race is extremely tough to win, and Peevely is one of my favorite racetracks. I got 2 World of Outlaw wins there, and it's just with the high banks and fast speed, 10-second lap times, things happen fast there. So our car I feel my driving style really suits me for Peevely, and with our consistent results lately, I feel we have a good shot at winning this weekend.
Well, it looks like you guys are going to run the full high limit series, that new series with a lot of money on the line. I'm sure you'll hit the Kings Royal, Knoxville Nationals. What else is on tap this year for Rico Abreu Racing?
As many World of Outlaw races as we can get to, and then in between hitting those high limit races, there's a lot of money on the line for sprint car racing this year. And I think as long as we're up fresh racing every weekend, I'm trying to get to as many races as we can just to stay active and stay fresh for these big shows. It's a pleasure to be able to race sprint cars. On top of that, race for $1 million, $250,000 at Huset's, $175 at the Kings Royal, and I think the Knoxville Nationals is bumped up to $175,000 to win this year. So just looking forward to getting the opportunity to compete in those events, and hopefully we can get this thing up front and win one of them.
When you've won, I think 2 Chili Bowls, several World of Outlaws races. I know you've got the Knoxville Nationals, Kings Royal, that $1 million race. Those are all some big races on your goal list, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and a lot of that comes down to putting a team together to go do it, and I feel like this is the best position I've ever been in my career to go accomplish big wins like that, and those crown jewel events. So it takes a lot to get to that level of racing, just to get up front in those races, and I feel at the end of the day, this is the year that we're gonna have the best chance at it.
Well, thanks for talking with us today, and go get them at Peevely this weekend.
Thank you.